All right, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to begin by giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Kwakadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who rule well. Salutations to your hopeful elect that is out there pushing, doing, and laboring in this truth with wholehearted sincerity. And may the blessing of election fall upon your household. All right, I'm coming back with another lesson through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah. All right, and it's going to be, another one of the series, back to the basics, and this one's gonna be titled back to the basics. They lied about our identity. Okay, all right, they lied about our identity, and not just lied about our identity, they stole our identity. They stole our heritage. Okay, and ultimately they had our people out here being confused and not knowing who they truly are, having our people thinking that they're Africans. Okay, majority of our people think that they're Africans or whatever it may be. Okay, but that was all prophesied to happen. Okay, but Yahweh Shema Shah put his spirit back on the planet Earth, and we're coming back, brothers, coming back to remembrance, coming back to knowing, who we truly are. Okay, coming back to our true heritage, coming back to our true power. Okay, Yahweh Shema Shah, and understanding and realizing that we're not Africans, that we truly descend from from Israel. We truly descend from the bloodline of the biblical Israelites. All right, so the white, how about you shot for that, man? All right, it's gonna be no, it's gonna be not too lengthy of a lesson. All right, but Lord willing, this lesson's edifying. All right, I'm gonna start off with Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter, verse 68, and it reads, "And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships, by the way whereof I spake unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again, and there ye shall be sold unto your enemies for bondmen and bondswomen, and no man shall buy you." Okay, Deuteronomy 28 chapter goes into the blessings and the curses of what would happen to the children of Israel if they were to disobey, or disobey, Yahweh Shema Shah. All right, and ultimately, we, our forefathers, back in the ancient days, we disobeyed Yahweh Shema Shah, so therefore, we went through the curses, man. All right, and this curse right here on the 28, on Deuteronomy 28 and the 68 verse is really this is prophesying the transatlantic slave trade. Okay, it's prophesying the transatlantic slave trade. Salaki, it's prophesying the transatlantic slave trade. Okay, in the Babylonian school system, they teach you that Africans were selling Africans. Okay, they make it seem like we were selling ourselves. Okay, matter of fact, we're not even Africans. Okay, but they try to make it seem like one nation was selling itself. Okay, and that is false. Okay, really, we came from Israel. All right, we were refugees in Africa. Okay, but we were different from these Hamites. Okay, we were more advanced, we were more smooth, we dressed better, we wore fringes, made us stand out. Okay, so the Hamites, they didn't even like us. Okay, so the Hamites sold us unto the Edomites and different nations, for profit. Okay, so that's how we ended up being in the North and South Americas and the Caribbeans. Okay, because we went from Israel, went to Africa as refugees. All right, and we got sold by the Hamites to these other nations. So in reality, it wasn't Africans selling Africans, it was Africans selling Israelites. Okay, and you see that here in Deuteronomy 28 verse 68, the 28th chapter verse 68. I'm gonna read it again. "And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships." And Egypt is synonymous with bondage, because we were in Egypt already before. Okay, we were in Egypt already before, when we were in captivity under Pharaoh. okay, and the Lord brought us out of that, okay. He had used Moses to bring us out of that, okay. But he's saying again, he's going to bring us into Egypt again with ships. Now, matter of fact, let me see if I can pull this up, like a map. Try to pull up a map, right? If you see where Israel is and if you see where Egypt is, there is no need, not even no need. There you can't use water, all right? There's no need for you to be brought into Egypt by ships, because there's Egypt and Egypt, and to get from Egypt to Israel, it's land right there, all right? Why would you take ships when you could just take ships? Would just slow you down. You could just take, go through land. All right, matter of fact, here we go. Let's see if I can just zoom out a little bit. Try to zoom in right here. This is on, I'm using Apple Maps right now. So lock here. Using Apple Maps right now. But, let's see if it focuses in. But, no, this is Israel right here, right? Now, see if I can move out. Egypt is right here. Egypt is right here. So, we're connected by body of land. We're connected by a body of land. All right? We're connected by a body of land. All right? So there's no need for us to, go through Egypt through ships. All right? That doesn't make any sense. All right, going to physical, literal Egypt again with ships. So to understand that Egypt is just being used as it's synonymous with the house of bondage. This is Exodus, the 20th chapter, verse 2. Exodus, the 20th chapter, verse 2, and it reads, "I am the Lord thy power, which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage." Okay, so Egypt is synonymous with the house of bondage. Okay, all right, so let's read this again. All right, this is Deuteronomy 28 verse 68. "And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships, by the way whereof I spake unto thee. Thou shalt see it no more again, and there ye shall be sold unto your enemies for bondmen and bondwomen," all right, slave men and slave women, "and no man shall buy you," meaning no man shall redeem you. Okay, no man shall save you from that. No man shall, be able to save you out of that slavery, out of that bondage. Okay, only the Lord. Okay, and that is exactly what happened to our people, man. All right, we are the only nation on the planet Earth that has went through cargo slave ships to be sold into slavery, to be sold into slavery, to be sold into Salakia. We are the only nation on the planet Earth that has been sold into slavery through slave ships, through cargo slave ships. All right, this hasn't happened to any other nation, man. All right, we're the only ones that fit this description. You so-called Latinos, Native Americans, and Negroes, you are the only people that fit this description right here. All right, we're the only ones, man. All right, and those people, before I even get that, this is a major indicator right now, letting us know, who the children of Israel is, man. All right, who the children of Israel is, man. Because when you go into these curses, all right, Deuteronomy 68, you see, not Deuteronomy 68, it's like Deuteronomy 28 chapter. When you go into these curses, you see, we're the only ones that fit every single one of those curses. All right, matter of fact, let me see if I can get this real quick. So Salakia, Jay got incense going right now in the car, running my eyes. I wanted to pull this one out real quick. And the verse I'm about to pull out is just a dead giveaway, man. This is just a dead giveaway, man. All right, this is Deuteronomy 28, chapter verse 48. All right, this is a clear dead giveaway of who the children of Israel are today. Okay, all right, clear, because we're the only people that's you know been through these curses, man. All right, no other nation has been through all these curses. We've been through every single one of these curses. All right, this is Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter, verse 48, and it reads, "Therefore thou shalt serve thy enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee, in hunger and in thirst and in nakedness and in want of all things, and he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck, and until he have destroyed thee," man. And that's what, you know, our nation had did, man. We serve these heathens. We serve, you know, these other nations, man. We were house slaves, field slaves, raising their children. We were, you know, bending our backs over the blood, sweat, and tears of the so-called Latinos, Native Americans, and Negroes built the nation of Babylon and built a lot of these other nations on the planet Earth, man. All right. And I really wanted to get to the point of he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck until he have destroyed thee. All right, a yoke of iron. All right, let me go on Google. All right, I'm going on Google and I'm gonna type in yoke of iron, and I'm gonna go to images. All right, I'll leave this for now. Yoke of iron, right? I went on Google and I typed in yoke of iron. All right, let's see if I could get this to focus in. Let's see. It's not really focusing, but you kind of get the gist of it. But you know, you go on there, main thing you see, look, Jake popping up, yoke of iron around Jake neck. Jake, that's all you see. Jake, you know, Gad. You see the so-called Native Americans, Gad, Reuben, the so-called, you know, Native and Seminole Americans. You see, look at that. We are the only ones that pop up. You don't see a so-called Chinese man on here. You don't see a so-called a white man. You don't see a so-called Arab man on here with a yoke of iron on his neck, man. It's only our people with these yoke of irons, man. Look at this. Look at this, man. This is just an illustration right here, man. It's only our people with the yoke of iron on their neck, man. I wanted to pull this picture up. Look at that, man. And this is a real life picture too, right here. Look at that. Yoke of iron on the neck. Yoke of iron on the neck. You see that? We're the only people. We're the only people. Only people. Only us, man. You don't see a so-called white man, so-called Arab, so-called Asian, whatever, man. You don't see none of them on here, man. Only us. Only the so-called Latino, Native Americans, and Negroes, man. All right, we're the only ones that's been through this, man. All right. Oh, look at this too. Let me pull this up. See if I could save this picture. And this picture kind of shows you you know, it's an illustration of the routes. You know, doesn't really show from, you know, from Israel, but this kind of gives you a gist of it, man. All right, because, you know, we came from Israel. All right, we came down to Africa as refugees. Okay, basically we were refugees in Africa, you know, mainly in West Africa. Okay, the Hamites sold us unto these other nations, and as you see, we got you know, sold and scattered from the South Americas to the North Americas to the Caribbeans, all over, man. All right. And you know, these heathens, these Amalekites, you know, these so-called Jewish people, you know, these fake Jews that are pretending to be us, that are in our land right now, or, you know, that's trying to steal our identity, that's trying to say that they are us. In reality, they are not us. Okay, that was prophesied to happen in the Bible. That was prophesied for the nation of Edom to go into our land and to, you know, steal our heritage and pretend to be us, man. All right, matter of fact, I have that too. Let me pull that out. That's in Ezekiel, the 36th chapter. This is Ezekiel 36 and verse 5, and it reads, therefore, Ezekiel 36 and 5, and it reads, therefore, thus saith the Lord Yahweh, surely in the fire of my jealousy have I spoken against the residue of the heathen and against all Idumea, okay, which have appointed my land into their possession with the joy of all their heart, with despiteful minds to cast it out for a prey, man. All right, so that was prophesied to happen, that Idumea, Idumea is Edom, all right, the nation of Edom was gonna go into our land, all right, and take it as theirs, as a possession for them, man. All right, like they got the whole 1942s, 1926ers, the whole thing that's going on with Palestine and Israel, that whole thing that's going on right now with the Amalekites and the Ishmaelites in our land. All right, both of those nations are fighting over our land, and they're not even supposed to be there. Neither one of those nations are even supposed to be on that land. That land belongs to the so-called Latinos, Native Americans, and Negroes. That's who that land belongs to, man. All right, that is who that land belongs to. It does not belong to these heathens, man. They're fighting over our nation. It's not even for them, man. They're fighting over a land that's not even theirs, man. All right, it's through, man. All right. The Lord isn't dealing with these other nations, man. The Lord isn't dealing with the nation of Edom. The Lord isn't dealing with the nation of Moab, nation of Ammon, nation of Ishmaelites. The Lord isn't dealing with the nation of Ham. The Lord isn't dealing with none of these other nations, man. All right, He is only dealing with the nation of Israel. He chose us by name. All right, He chose us, no other nation, man. All right. As a matter of fact, this backs that up right here. This is Salakia. This is Psalms 147, verse 19 to 20. It reads, He sheweth His word unto Jacob, His statutes and His judgments unto Israel. He hath not dealt so with any nation. As for His judgments, they have not known them. Praise ye the Lord. Okay. The Lord is only dealing with the nation of Israel. All right. He gave the laws, statutes, and commandments only unto the nation of Israel. All right. He didn't give the laws, statutes, and commandments to the nation of Edom, the nation of Moab, the nation of Ham, the nation of Ammon. All right. All these different nations. The Lord didn't do that. All right. He only gave it unto the nation of Israel. All right. He only gave it unto us, man. All right. Look at us, man. We are not like the rest of these people, man. We are not like the rest of these heathens, man. All right. They lie to us. They tell us that, the Most High is dealing with everybody. God loves everybody. They lied to us and told us that, our heritage or our history began in Africa. Okay. They lied to us and told us that, Yahweh Shah HaMashiach was a so-called white man with blue eyes and curly hair. Okay, they lied to us and told us so many different lies, man. So many different different things that they told us to deceive us, man. All right. They so many lies, man. All right. But Yahweh Shema Shah put His spirit back on the planet Earth, and now we are coming back into remembrance, coming back into understanding who we are, coming back into our true heritage, opening these scriptures, studying the scriptures, looking at the history, lining it up with the scriptures, okay, and all through His spirit and power, Yahweh Shema Shah, Lord is giving us that knowledge, wisdom, and understanding to be able to, understand these scriptures and break down these scriptures and get back into our true heritage, man. All right, Salaki. Let me pull this out. This is Psalms, the 83rd chapter, verse 3. All right, and it reads, They have taken crafty counsel against thy people and consulted against thy hidden ones, man. Yeah, man, these devils had taken all different types of crafty counsels, man. This is our true identities. Who we truly are is one of the biggest kept secrets on the planet Earth. Not even one of the biggest kept secrets. It is the biggest kept secret on the planet Earth, man. They do not want us to know who we truly are. They do not want us to come back into remembrance. They do not want us to start following the law, statutes, and commandments. They do not want us to truly call on the true names, the true one and only names of the Father, the Heavenly Father, and His Son, Yahweh, which is the name of the Heavenly Father, and Yahweh Shai, which is the name of His only begotten Son, man. They do not want us to call on these names, all right? They want us to continue out here going to church every Saturday or Sunday, whatever day go to church, man. Continue going to church on Saturday and Sundays, praying to Shezi, all right? Praying to Jesus, calling on the false name, calling on Yahuwah, Ahaya, calling on all these different false names, all these different false gods. They want you to continue on doing these things, man. They don't want us to come back. So they had all these different, different meetings with all these different elites, with the Illuminati, all these different things, man. All right, they're taking crafty counsel. They plan hard. They plan hard how to destroy us. They plan different ways to take, the Israelite man out of the household. Okay, they've taken real crafty counsel, man. These devils have really planned and really broke it down how they could destroy our people, man. All right, and it was working, man. All right, and it's still working to this day, man. Unless the Lord put the Spirit on you to remove that slumber from your eyes and wake you up to this truth and to this knowledge, man. All right, because you look at everything from slavery to current times now, man. Our people is through, man. All right, these devils had destroyed our people in so many different ways, and they're still destroying our people to this day, man. To this day, they are still destroying our people, man. All right, they taking all these different councils, they meetings, they look at what Jake like. They're like, okay, they like that, let's do this to it, let's taint this, let's pollute their neighborhoods with this, let's pollute the youth with this type of music, let's just push this music out, let's put this in their food, let's do this to them, let's make it hard for them to go to get a job, let's make it hard for them to get a loan, let's make it hard for them to even live and survive in Babylon, so that way they could start being niggas, start going head and head against each other, man. All right, going head to head against each other, that way they could never grow, they could never build, man. All right, like I tell you the scripture, man, a nation divided cannot stand, man. All right, and that's what these devils did, man. They divided our nation, have us, killing each other, okay, having us, just through out here, man. And they've taken crafty counsel, they planned this, they did all this just so we don't truly know who we are. That these devils, that's just goes to let you know how important it is that Salakia. That just goes to let you know how important it is, for us to know our identities, man. That's how important it is. That's how you know how important it is who we truly are. That these devils go through all of this, that these devils do all these different things just to hide our identity, just so we don't know who we are, just so we don't truly, pray to our power, man. All right, just so we don't truly have a true connection with our power. These devils did all of that, man, just so we don't know who we are, man. That just goes to let you know that we are a special, peculiar people on the planet Earth, man. All right, we are a chosen people, man. All right, continues on to read in verse 4, Psalms 83 and verse 4. They have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance, man. All right, that's what they've been doing, man. That's what they've been trying to do. All right, with Planned Parenthoods. All right, you seen Planned Parenthoods in all the ghettos, mainly in areas that has Jake, that has so-called Latino Americans and Negroes. That's where you mainly see Planned Parenthoods. All right, that's where you see you see liquor stores. They having like 4 or 5 liquor stores on one street and one plaza in an area full of Jake, man. They trying to keep Jake drunk out here. They don't want Jake to be sober-minded. Okay, man, it's all different ways that these devils is doing to make us not come back into remembrance, man. All right, I had one more too. I forgot it. It was another point too. Damn, Salakia. Well, it was another point too that I had, man. But yeah, man, that's what these devils do, man. So we could be no more in remembrance, man. Oh, here we go. They put crack. All right, crack in the 80s, man. All right, and I remember there was what's his name? Big Meech, man. Big Meech. There was like a book or a documentary on that. He said, all right, Lord, this lesson doesn't get straight down for this, man. But he said, that the I'm gonna just say the elites, where it was a government entity. Okay, but I'm gonna just say the elites. they supplied him with the crack cocaine to put into the Jake community to destroy Jake, man. All right. They gave him that to destroy Jake, man. And that nigga was a fucking agent, man. That big meat nigga was a fucking agent, man. He's through. He was through. He sold out to Jake. Not to Jake. He sold out to Esau, man. He sold out to E to do that, man. That's through. All right. He took a hand in the destruction of his people off of money, off of gain. And that's through, man. Off of vainglory. Now look at that nigga. Locked up for life. You know, not even for life, but locked up for a long ass time. Like, come on, man. But, you know, they do all these different things to destroy our people. All right, that is them. That is a nation of Edom, man. They don't want us to know who we are. They don't want us to come back into remembrance, come back into following the law, such commandments. They don't want none of that. That's why they continue on lying to us. That's why in the school system they continue on lying to you. That's why, you know, whenever it hits, you know, African History Month, okay, that's crazy. You know, we got the shortest month. You know, Black History Month. It's like an African American History Month. They call it, you know, Black History Month. In reality, we're not black. I'm not black. You know, this is black. My phone case is black. You know, does that look the same to you? No. All right, we all just different shades of brown, man. But you know, they call it Black History Month. All right, and you know, and that's the shortest month out of all the months in the year, man. But you know, once you get in the school system, you know, when they get in Black History Month, you know, they always start in, you know, African American history, okay, and the history always begins every single time. It begins at the transatlantic slave trade. Every single time, man. When I was in high school, my senior year, I took an African American history class. You know, I wanted to know more about, you know, myself. You know, I took an African American history class. It was an elective, right? And that shit ain't really teach you nothing, man. All right, it started a little bit before slavery, but it ain't truly tell us nothing, man. It was giving you the history of the Hamites. All right, it's giving you the history of the so-called Africans, man. It wasn't truly giving you the history of the, you know, of the Israelites, man, of us, your true history, man. All right, but yeah, man, that's what these devils do, man. These devils go out their way, do all these different things and lie to us, man. But let me pull this out. Oh, and this was, oh, I skipped this precept, Salakia. This was going back to the Lord only, you know, dealing with us, you know, only choosing us and only choosing us, you know, out of all these different nations, and why we so special among all these different nations on the planet Earth, man. Why we the most special people. All right, this is Amos 3, starting at the top, and it reads, hear this word that the Lord hath spoken against you, O children of Israel, against the whole family which I brought up from the land of Egypt, saying, you only have I known of all the families of the earth. Therefore I will punish you for all your iniquities, man. All right. We're the only nation on the planet Earth that the Lord knows, man. We're the only nation on the planet Earth that the Lord even acknowledges as his, man, as his children. The Lord don't call these fucking Amalekites his children. The Lord doesn't call these fucking Moabites his children. The Lord doesn't call these motherfucking Hamites his children. Or excuse my language, but the Lord doesn't, man. All right? Out of all the families on the planet Earth, all these different nations, the Lord only acknowledged us. He only knew us, the nation of Israel. Nobody else. All right? And, you know, I want to backtrack a little bit, you know, back to when I was saying, you know, back to when I was saying, back to when I was saying that, you know, I'm not black, you know, I'm not black. We just, you know, different shades of brown, okay? You know, I'm from the tribe of Levi, okay? And that's, you know, so-called Haitians, you know, I'm not Haitian, you know, that's just these different, you know, bywords and proverbs and different names that these devils put on us, man. All right, you know, and that was you know, prophesied to happen to us, you know, in the curses, man. All right, and you know that happened. That happened to us, man. All right, to for us to get these different proverbs and Bibles to be called Haitian, to be called Dominican, Puerto Rican, Native American, Latino, Black. Okay, these are all, you know, bywords that was put on us, man. All right, and this is Deuteronomy 28 chapter verse 37. It reads, "And thou shalt become an astonishment, a proverb, and a byword among all the nations, whither the Lord shall lead thee." All right, that was, you know, prophesied to happen, man. And I'm in the blue letter right now, so let me see if I could get a definition, man, just to, you know, edify a little bit more, you know, for people out there, for brothers out there or sisters out there that don't know what a proverb mean or a byword means. So let me go in here. This is a proverb. Let's see if I could, I could just put this on like this.
Strong's H4912. Mashal.
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 Mashal. That's the word for a proverb. And let's see what they got. They got proverb, parable, a byword. Let's see. Proverbial saying. Okay. If I just do byword instead, because it said byword in here also. Because proverb and byword, damn near the same thing. You get byword. Also like it. I'm gonna just close it out with that. Let me get this though. Oh, Salaki, I was doing it wrong. All right, this is a byword.
Strong's H8148. Shenina. Shenina.
Shenina. And the definition is let's see, something pointed, a gibe, or a taunt, man. Yeah, man, it's a taunt, man. You know, that's like that. That's disrespectful, man. They out here calling you Haitian, man. Man, they're trying you, man, because that's not who you are. All right, calling you Dominican, you know, calling you Black, calling you Latino, Native American, calling you nigga, spit, wetback, all these different words, man. That's a taunt, man. That's just disrespectful because that's not who you are. Okay, but that's back to them lying about who we truly are. All right, back to the title. All right, they lied about our identity. All right, but you know, Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. All right, I'm gonna close it out with that, but I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shah, Bahasham, Kwakadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who rule well. Salutations to your hopeful elect that is out there pushing, doing, and laboring in this truth with wholehearted sincerity. And until next time, shalom and a bubble ball.